So first of all, the first part, the searching the specifying coin. Alright, so we're going to start off with the HTML. So for this specific part, we only need 4 objects with the header to saying search our coin, and then we have a label for coin input or here, and then we have the actual input, which is this box right here, and we have the button where we fetch the coin info. Moving on. Alright, so the first part, which is the searching for specifying coin. So for example, if I want to search for Bitcoin, I get this info, or if I want to search for another coin, I get another coin info, or else if I search for nothing, it will return nothing else. So first let's look at the HTML. So for the HTML file, we only need 4 main labels, 4 main objects. So here header for us to know that this is the searching specifying coin, and then we have input here and input box here, a button here, and the display area. So this is our main labels in here. So corresponding to the HTML, we have this line of code where there are headers for searching coins, there are labels, there are input boxes, there are button on click where it would listen for a click, and then we have a basically a display area. Right, moving on to the JavaScript. So I have basically written 2 function of code, 2 block of code. So starting the fetch coin info function. The fetch coin info function is triggered when the button is clicked, and then it retrieves the coin name entered by the user, and then we use the fetch function and make a HTTP request to the API, which in this case we are using Coincap API. So the response will be processed as JSON file. If the coin is present, if the coin is present, we're gonna return something. But if the coin isn't present, if the coin is present, we're gonna display coin info, which is another function. However, if the coin is not found or have an error, we will return an error, such as right here, coin not found. Alright, so in the display coin info, we're gonna have the function takes the coin data and update the HTML, and then we would show the content of the coin, where there are 4 main data to show: the coin name, the rank of it, the price in USD, the market cap in US dollar, and the percentage change. In this case, the Solana coin have changed over 5.89% over the 24 hours. In addition, I have put in the hash float to round the number to make it more lovely to watch, and that's basically it for the searching specific coin part.
Next is the graphing portion of the HTML. So before we get into the script, I want to show you the HTML part first. So we created 4 buttons where it is binded on click to 4 different functions. The function to create a top 10 ranking graph, top 50, top 100, and the last button is binded to the clearing data of the graph functions. We will then create 2 canvas, a blank placeholder for the graph to be in. In the CSS, since we want the button to be on the same line and aligned to the left, all the buttons are created within the division called outer and inners. So with the outers, we align every single button to the left, and with the inners, we use display inline box to make it on the same line. As for chart, we want it to be side by side, left and right for 2 charts. So we created it in the division called chart containers, and then use flex display to display it on the same line as well as specifying its size, its dimensions to be 900 pixel width and height. Moving on to the script. So to display the graphic data, we use async function to fetch the data from the API. We will then announce the constant of rank to choose the number of data we want to use. Next, we will use the integer we specified before to slice out the data to get the number of data series we want. For example, in this case, rank is 10. So when we slice 0 to 10, it will get the first 10 data from the API. We'll then map the data we get to two constants. The first one is label. The label is the one that will go on the x-axis, which is binded to a cryptocurrency name, and the price is binded to price USD from the API. Next is the constant CTX. The constant CTX is to get the canvas or graph one, which is the placeholder for our first graph. Next is if-else function. This if-else function will detect if like the pie chart one already exists. If it is already exists, it will destroy it. In this case, pie chart one is the chart we created. In this case, it is line chart. So we use a chart function to create a new chart where the x-axis is the label or the cryptocurrency name we have mapped earlier, and the y-axis is price. As for the price USD that we have also mapped earlier as well. And we will also use a plugin title to create a title for the graph. In this case, this first graph has a title of cryptocurrency price comparison. Next is the second graph we have. We do exactly almost the same thing as the first one, but instead of price, we use market cap value instead. And also instead of a line graph, we create a pie graph instead, so that we can have two different distinct graphs side by side. And just like the line chart earlier, this one also have a title, but this one is instead called top 10 cryptocurrency by market cap. Next function is display graph 50, where it will create a graph data for the first 50 in rankings, which is almost the exact same as the display 10 graph. But instead of 10 ranked, we specify 50 rank instead, so it will get the first 50 data. And so we change the name to top 50 cryptocurrencies. It is also the same as display graph 100. Since the only thing that changes is the ranking, instead of 10 or 50, we go to 100, so it will get the first 100 rankings of the API. Next is the last function, the clear graph function. So the if-else in this function will check if the pie chart 1 and pie chart 2 exist, which is the graph 1 and graph 2 of each function. And if it exists, it will destroy it once the function is called. It will also clear the coin data from the first portion. So it will change the coin field to a null and then coin input to null, so that in the HTML, the first portion will reset as well. Thank you.
Okay, for the last part, for the overall HTML. Okay, this first 8 line here like auto generated from the VS Code immediately when I type HTML5, and also the title here, Coincap EX, which is shown here. Okay, let's talk about our overall page. This is our header Coincap API example, and our 3 sections, with the first one, search your coin. The second one is the output bar here, the pink gradient one, and the last one is ranking graph, with the graph will be shown up here, down here, which not in the section. Okay, let's talk about the first one. Is your header here, which is in our ECS. I use the background become the linear gradient to black and gray, and the font color is pink here. I want to make it like a black pink style because it looks modern, and black contrast with pink very well, and the dark theme is look more modern to like some technology. So this theme fit our concept the most for me. And these 3 display flex make the component become contained in our flex container, and padding will leave the space from this and the border of the website, and the text align make the text become in the center, which you can see here. Okay, moving on. Here our header, and this one Coincap API example, which is here, which is H1 header, which is like a largest possible size. Moving on to the first section, search your coin, which have the ID of controls. Boop. And the code inside the section is already explained by my friend before this. So let's talk about the design, just the design. The control here is controlled by here. Our background color is the dark background color, but not that black, just like light black or gray, something, I don't know. Padding, border radius and margin bottom is here, and width and height here. Which height 100% mean is explain the section to fit the page. Similarly with this section, the graph section here with the ID section ID graph also shown here with 4 buttons, top 10, top 15, top 100 and clear button, and also the code inside here already explained by my friend before this, and the header of ranking graph here. Everything similar to this one. Okay, the button, let's talk about the button next. The button is controlled here. The pink color is indicated here with the text color of white, and the padding no border radius of 5, and the cursor is pointer, so here pointer. Yeah. Okay, moving on to this section, the output section. We have the ID output here with division ID, coin info ID, which already explained by my friend too before this. The design here is the linear gradient from pink to pink, light pink, just different shade of pink. The font color is black, and the other component already explained. So let's try something like Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Yeah, as you can see, the font is black, and the rank had a underline from this one strong and U, which underline, and it makes the font like thicker. Yeah, and also let's moving on to the graph. If I click top 10, it will generate top 10 graph here with the linear of the list of like coin in the horizontal axis and the price USD in the vertical axis. Also the pie chart can be shown here with the Bitcoin almost take like more than half of the pie chart. Yeah, top 50, yeah, and top 100. Our API consists of like exactly 100 coins, so this is the most possible way for us. And the clear button will clear all the graph and the output here. Boom, yeah, everything disappear. So yeah, that's all for our project. Thank you.